In all my years of watching Dr. Britt Baker wrestle in the ring, I've never been entertained by any of her matches or her promo skills, if we're being honest. Smash the like button if you believe Dr. Britt Baker overachieved in All Elite Wrestling.
So let me shut down these fake reports about the World Wrestling Federation wanting Britt Baker. I do not believe those fake reports. Here's why. Her contract is up 3 years from now. So there's no way in hell that Triple H wants Britt Baker. Years from now, that makes no sense. In terms of the World Wrestling Federation, they have the best female division. Hell, they are about to sign Jordan Grace. So where does Britt Baker fit in that division? On SmackDown, Raw, NXT. She don't fit nowhere. Okay, let's say the World Wrestling Federation does want to sign her. It will be because they want to one-up Con Man. That's about it. But that's not good. Because you can't push her based on, oh, you want to make Con Man jealous. No, man, Triple H don't do that. So it will be because they want to sign her just to make Con Man jealous, but they are not going to use her. What I mean by they are not going to use her, she will be a mid-card girl. She will be a job girl on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, etc. She don't fit this company. I think these are fake-ass reports. They don't want her. I don't believe it. Her contract is up 3 years from now. Their division is going to be stronger 3 years from now. That's why these are fake-ass reports. They don't make sense. She's not Ray Phoenix. She's not Penta. She's not Wardlow. What I mean by that is she's not being held down. She is not that good. That's why Tony Khan Man don't want to put her ass on TV. She's not that good. Con Man has signed better females. Let's take it all the way back from year one. Britt Baker is Gerald Wallace from the Charlotte Bobcats. Gerald Wallace was a bench player for the Kings for like maybe 2 years. He wasn't getting no playing time because he was a jobber basketball player. So the Bobcats, they drafted him in the expansion draft. They had first dibs on all the bench players who were not getting any playing time on all the NBA teams. So they drafted Gerald Wallace. In year one, he was their best player, but that's not saying much. He was the only guy that was scoring points, but that's not saying much. Multiple times, the Charlotte Bobcats, they were trying to replace him with better guys, better basketball players, better scorers, because he was not that good. He was the best player on a bad team, but he was average. He was a role player being pushed as the number one option. That's who Dr. Baker was. Gerald Wallace was the team's best player until they signed Emeka Okafor, Kemba Walker, Al Jefferson, Steven Jackson, guys like that. Fucking Adam Morrison. They were trying to replace Gerald Wallace as the top guy because he was not that good. He was a role player posing as a star player because the Bobcats were bad, just like all Elite Wrestling in year one. So they had tons of opportunities for Gerald Wallace to be the guy at that point in time, just like Dr. Baker. In year one, there was no Sasha Banks. In year one, there was no timeless big booty Toni Storm. There was no Jade Cargill just yet. There was no Chris Ashlander. There was no Willow Nightingale. It was a weak-ass division. So, Tony Khan Man, his mindset was, I'm going to use Dr. Baker until I find better talent. And then Dr. Baker is going to be a job girl. Dr. Baker is going back to the fucking bench, just like Gerald Wallace. That's who Dr. Baker is. Dr. Baker is a role player. I can't believe these reports. There's no way the World Wrestling Federation wants this woman. Have you seen the division? They have a deep division. Have you seen NXT? Like, where does she fit in? Nowhere. This signing, it will be just like, oh, I want to make Con Man jealous. That's it. She's better off going to Wild Wrestling. She's better off going to Stardom. those kind of companies, especially 3 years from now. Dr. Baker is going to be damaged goods. She is going to be forgotten years from now, especially when Con-Man, he added more time to her contract because she was injured. So Dr. Baker is done. Con-Man added more years to her contract based on her being injured. So Dr. Baker is done. 2-3 years from now, she is not going to be on TV on a regular basis. So her name will be devalued based on that fact alone. And there's fans of All Elite Wrestling that are trying to gloat by saying, yeah, she has more years left on her contract, so that means the World Wrestling Federation can have her. Bruh, they don't want her. Don't believe these fake reports. Who needs her when you got Jade Cargill, Jordan Grace, fucking Stephanie V, who else? Miss Lyons. That's a deep division, man. Cora Jade. They got talent. They got Miss Tiffany Stratton. They got talent. They don't need her. Where will she fit in? All right, so by your logic, nobody watches All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. They struggle to reach 700,000 viewers. So let's say 3 years from now, this woman is barely on TV in All Elite Wrestling. So you think her name will hold value years from now without being on TV? Dr. Baker ain't no star. So that's going to hold her down even more. If she can't make Dynamite, she can't make Collision because Con-Man don't think she is that good. That's the main difference between her, Wardlow, and Starks, and Ray Phoenix. Here's why Starks is not on TV. Because he has a big mouth. That's why Starks is not on TV. He is too outspoken. He talks too much shit about Tony Khan as an owner. Yes, he does. He talks a lot of shit. Go and watch any interview of Ricky Starks. He talks a lot of shit. He is too outspoken. Bro, you are in the wrong company. You cannot be outspoken. This is the same man that said he does not like the idea of being a pillar in All Elite Wrestling. Well, guess who made up that phrase? Your boss. Your boss called Darby Allin, Jack Perry, Sammy G, Max. He called those 4 guys the 4 pillars of All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. So when you say bad shit about that phrase, that means in past tense, you are talking shit about Con-Man without talking shit about Con-Man. So why is Starks not on TV? Is mainly because he has a big mouth. He talks too much shit about his booking. He talks too much shit about All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. And he talks too much shit about Con-Man without saying his name. You see, Dr. Baker is not on TV because she has a backstage attitude and she is not that good in the ring. And there's better females since 2019. That's why she is not on TV. Her ego is bigger than her talent. That's the main issue. She is not Starks. Starks is not on TV because he talks too much shit. The moment that I heard that Starks, he talked shit about what it means to be a pillar in All Elite Wrestling, that's when I knew he was done. So all these months, everybody has been wondering, how come Starks is not on TV when he's better than half of the roster? At least when CM Junk was talking shit, he was drawing money. See, that's what Dr. Baker and Starks don't realize. Yes, you have the right to talk shit, but make sure you draw some money. You two are not draws like a CM Junk. So there's 3 totally different situations. Baker is not on TV because she sucks and she has a backstage attitude. Starks is not on TV because he talks too much shit. But Ray Phoenix is different. He was on TV before Con-Man added more time to his contract, him and Penta. So he's different. I don't believe those fake ass reports about the World Wrestling Federation wanting Britt Baker, because you can't have her for another 3 fucking years. So by that time, your division is going to be stacked And Dr. Baker is going to be older, and she is going to be old news. She is not that good in the ring, and she sucks on the microphone. So what is there? Like I said, those reports are a goddamn lie. Triple H don't want this woman. Okay, let's say he does. It's only because he wants a one-up on All Elite Wrestling. That's about it. Maybe they would want her just because she was a big name in All Elite Wrestling. That's about it. But that would not guarantee her a push in the World Wrestling Federation. Maybe they just want her just because. Every interview that Ricky Starks does, he says too much. He reveals too much. Just like on Twitter, he talks too much shit. He says too much. Tony Khan Man don't like that. He does not want outspoken motherfuckers on his roster who is not drawing money, like a CM Junk or a Dean Ambrose. By the year of 2027, Dr. Baker is going to be forgotten if she is not on TV every year, multiple times a year. So you are saying that Con Man, he makes her stay at home for the next 3 years. You still think she is going to be a hot free agent? No, she is going to be forgotten. Tony Khan Man has been booking Dr. Baker like a jobber for the past 2 years, simply based on he don't think she is that good. That's why. So what makes you think Dr. Baker is going to be any better on Raw or SmackDown or NXT? That makes no fucking sense. I think Con Man knows what the fuck he's talking about. So who's better? Super Thick Anna Jay or Dr. Baker? Who's better? That's my fucking point. Who's better? Super Thick Willow Nightingale or Dr. Baker? Who's better? Right? That's my point. For the past 2 years, she can't get on TV. She can't get any TV time on this current roster of females. What makes you think she's going to get any TV time on Raw or SmackDown? What the fuck are you watching that I'm not watching? I hope Triple H does not do this. Don't fall for the trap. Don't become Vince McMahon light, right? Oh, let's sign this guy from WCW just to have a one-up. No, do not do that. Do not become Vince McMahon. Be your own man. Dr. Baker is a jobber in All Elite Wrestling when she used to be the face of the division, but it was under false pretenses. She was all they had, right? In year 1, year 2, she was all they had because there was nobody else on the indies at that time. But years from now, Dr. Baker is in catering because Con Man, he signed talented ass women. He signed talented ass, super thick females on his roster. He has a very deep female division. Talented females who are better than Dr. Baker.